But it's the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube how you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by our very special guest, the creator, Airith Saga. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. How you doing tonight?
Fantastic. Awesome, is your avatar of your main character?
Yeah, that's of Airith. I usually have the camera, but the kids are in the quote-unquote big office playing Legos, and it would not probably go well with them in the background.
All this clickety-clack sound.
yeah, and my youngest likes to throw stuff, so it probably it'd definitely not end up well.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I love Legos. All right, sweet. So, as you may or may not be aware, it's customary on my channel to kind of do a deeper dive with the creator.
Cool.
Love to get a better idea of what your quote-unquote origin story is. So, for example, what was it like growing up? What were you into, whether it be comics, toys, arcade games, movies, comic books, and what were the key moments in your career that led you to becoming an independent creator?
All right, that's pretty easy. Growing up sucked. I grew up in a small town at the time in Southern California. It was pretty gang related stuff, and being like one of the 5 white kids in the area doesn't really end up very well. So growing up kind of sucked, but I played music a lot in my early teens, so that got me out to play with some cool bands, to make some friends. Skateboarded a lot, which also had us always running into gangbangers. So just my childhood and growing up, my teen years absolutely sucked. I was really into art, really into movies. I did a lot of stop action movies when I was younger with my Legos and action figures.
Oh my God.
And I finally got out of my town and said, you know what, screw it, I'm out of here. Moved out to Arizona and just tried college, the university. I went to community college out in Tucson, and then went to talk to the counselor at University of Arizona, and the counselor told me, don't waste my time at school, go start a business. So
whoa,
I was really into computers as a kid. I was fortunate enough, my mom worked at the school district. She was the computer lab teacher. So we got, computers in our house, which is like the one, cool thing we had over anybody else. So I really dived into programming at an early age, was doing some interesting things. So yeah, in my early 20s, I started doing technology companies, startups, and that was really what I did for a while. Created a few magazines with some buddies, and then in my late 20s, early 30s, I just started to get into writing. And it was funny, I was with the story where we just published now. It's actually about 26, 28 years of note-taking combined into this story now. It was all converted over to like a Google Doc. There's about 400 pages of notes and stories and ideas, and converted it over to digital version. But in my early 30s, I published a pretty well-known book. If you're in the satire world, we're kind of the guys I kind of ran with at the time. We created what is known as the original fake news website. We trolled name a news station, name a radio station, name an entertainment magazine. They published one of our stories thinking it was real. So it was really interesting in my early 30s. So I got the writing bug then, because I actually went through the publishing process started actually writing rough drafts of Airith about 10 years ago. But I went romance novel for some dumb reason, and it just wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't the story that I had in my head, because the story was about my life, and I was trying to turn this romance novel, and that is not my life at all whatsoever. So the characters didn't work out. It didn't really work. So I stopped for a while, got a bug to write it again 4 years ago, and we published it. It did pretty well. I think we sold about, God, if I'm in my office, if I can remember where our damn sell sheet is, I sold like almost 1,500 copies of that thing. So not too bad for self-publishing.
Of the romance novel?
Yeah, it was a full novel. Wrote a novel. Had an editor with me, and they kind of put me on a path of writing it at 50% of what I wanted it to be. So the characters were kind of there. I had the kind of the attitude, the spice to it, but just wasn't really what I wanted. Even though it was kind of successful, I probably could have built off of that and done a couple of novels on top of that, but it wasn't. This was my project, and it wasn't what I wanted. So my buddy one day said, hey, and I've always read some comics here and there. I was never a big comic guy. I didn't have access to them when I was younger. There's really no comic book stores. Those were in the white parts of town, and I didn't really hang out over in those parts of town. So he said, hey, have you tried animation? I was like, no, I haven't tried animation. Let me look into that. So I found a studio. We were working on an animatronic, not an animatronic, I can't even think of the word now. An animatic? I cannot think of the damn word. It's not coming out of my mouth properly. So we did an 8-minute trailer, and it just, again, was not what I wanted. I thought doing something visually, it would have been more satisfying, and it just was not what I wanted. So,
do you mean you actually got a job at an animation studio?
No, I hired an animation studio to create an animatic.
Oh, all right.
Did it kind of like demo pilot pitch.
Oh, okay.
And it was pretty cool. A lot of people liked it, and it's just, again, it was not something I was satisfied with. It was not my it was not what was in my head. And again, I let people kind of take control of the creative and the direction, and it was just not what I wanted. So my buddy said, hey, have you ever tried doing comics? I said, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to draw all the time. I was a really good artist, but I stopped drawing because I had a pretty bad injury on my hand, which kept me from I can't even write anymore without it being pretty painful.
Oh, man.
So I didn't really do any drawing past the age of 17, but it kind of sparked my interest. I looked around, was talking to artists, and it was just hard to find someone who connected with the story and understood the direction. And I found this dude about a year and a half ago from Argentina, and I just threw an idea at him, and he returned with this really awesome concept art and this really awesome scene. And he was fluent in Spanish too, which is a big help because our comics is bilingual because Airith, the main character, she's a Latina.
No.
So him understanding the language, him understanding the culture, him growing up in the same time period I grew up in, that was another thing that was hard. It was either the artists were too young or they were too old, and they didn't understand that late 80s, early 90s, like weird period. I mean, people don't understand. I know people try to do the nostalgia of the late 80s, early 90s, and unless you were there, experienced the whole going from analog to digital, it's kind of really hard to pick it up. You see a lot of the people do it now, and it's just too much. Like I was talking to, now.
Whoa. He dropped out. Uh-oh. Well, I'm sure he'll come back in. Probably hit the wrong button.
Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. Sorry, but we were on a show last week with Ryan Wynn, and we were discussing this, that you can kind of tell when someone's writing or developing something to pretend that they're from that time period instead of creating the nostalgia from that time period. It's definitely two different feelings. So, I found someone who understood it. I am high functioning Asperger's and dyslexic, so that doesn't help either with script writing and explaining myself. But this dude NC, he's been my ride or die artist for over a year and a half, and I've discussed this before. People go, "How much back and forth do you have?" And I said, in the year and a half, I've only had 3 changes. That's how well he gets the book.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's really a blessing to have someone really understand that, and to have someone who can not only edit, the artwork and the panels, but someone go, "Hey man, your Spanish is a little sloppy. This is how it should be." So it's really cool to have that full connection, and he's kind of given up all of his other work to really focus on Airith. So it's been.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been lucky as hell because I've talked to other writers and I've talked to other artists. They're like, that's very, very rare to have something like that.
Yeah, that is true. But once you score someone, once you, I don't know, come across a good fortune,
Right? Yeah.
You don't want to lose something like that.
No. That's what Bancroft was like. You got him locked in a contract for forever. I'm like, dude, the guy, yeah, he's locked in for until this series is over. So
Which
yeah.
will be never.
Yeah, it'll be never.
It'll be everlasting.
Yeah.
Welcome, Johnny Cage, JP7. Don't run away, Brian.
He's another homeboy.
It's nothing like that Captain Marvel movie where their version of nostalgia was a Blockbuster video,
Right.
and a 9 Inch Nails t-shirt.
Yeah. Again, that's people, like I just said, there's a difference between people trying to be nostalgic and people actually doing nostalgia, like giving the feeling of nostalgia.
Yeah, for sure. Rewinding a little bit, you were talking about how you were into skating, and that's also where there were gangbangers.
Yeah.
Were there gangbanger skaters too?
There was dudes that we like. So there was gangster dudes that we knew that were cool with us, and they would try to skate, and it was just always funny to watch them. But we never ran into that's more beach, Southern Cali, when you got like the skater gangs and Venice White Boys and ST and Beowulf. Those guys were all skater gangsters. But they were also all white boys though too. So, but no, I never ran into any vatos on skateboards before.
So it's not like they would actively try and ruin your fun while you're skating.
No, if we ran into them, they would actively try to ruin our fun, but only if we were on where we shouldn't have been, or if they were walking the streets and they happened to see us. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Couple other random questions. So, why did you end up moving to Arizona? Did you move out on your own when you're a young adult?
Yeah, so I had a pretty traumatic experience at the age of 16 that led me down a really dark path of very heavy drugs. So high school, my Indian years of high school, I was pretty cracked out either on acid or shrooms or pot or something else. And then I moved to Long Beach, and that turned into coke and ecstasy and other shit and really bad. But I had my dad's willpower, and I was like, all right, I either need to let myself go down this dark hole and never come out, or put my shit together. And where could I go? Well, my brother lives in Tucson. I don't know anybody in Tucson. I didn't even know where the fuck Tucson was. Oh. So I got up and left. At the time, I had a girlfriend that was just twacked out. We'll just put it that way. She thought she was living. She literally thought she lived on a different dimension.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So that's why a lot of this book has a lot of weird stuff in it. So I just moved out to Tucson, and my brother, who when he was younger, he was in a car accident, so he had a lot of issues like sleeping and stuff. So he had sleeping pills. And he gave me sleeping pills for 2 weeks so I could just come off of everything. So I just ended up staying in Tucson, went to school there, and then moved back to Cali to do some businesses with a friend. and California is just, it's California. I couldn't really run small businesses there without paying an arm and a leg. Came out to Phoenix, North Phoenix area, and haven't looked back in the past 10 years. I feel at home out here.
Cool. Yeah, I'm originally from California.
Okay.
Northern California, technically, but
yeah, 2 different states.
Yeah, if you look at a map, it looks like it's in the middle. So it's like, is it really truly north? But anyway, you mentioned you started arguably the first fake news site.
Yes.
Were you guys responsible for the news stories that went out when, there was like a Chinese aircraft crash, like a cruise line? No, not a cruise liner, but a passenger flight crashed, and it seemed like every news outlet was reporting. The confirmed deaths include Sum Ting Wong.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't us. We were more political satire. Very extremist political satire. It was during the first Obama election, and it was a social experiment. We wanted to show that you could write anything and people either on both sides will believe it. There's really it was kind of like calling out the BS on both sides. We've stayed very neutral, even though some of us had political or religious backgrounds. We went into this as a social experiment, and we just exposed a lot of people, and we met a lot of people in the media, and I kind of learned how the media really works. And what people are blaming them, what they do now is 100% true, because that's what they've been doing for a long time. It's just people started noticing it more now. They didn't know our political affiliation. They assumed ours, so they were very open with their conversations. So we'll just leave it at that.
You had some real insight on that.
A little bit, yeah.
Those kinds of sites are pretty hilarious to me. Once I find out that they're like satire, because like there's that other site that's pretty popular now, Babylon Bee.
Right. Yep.
Some of their stuff cracks me up to no end too.
Yeah, they're definitely on a roll. If we would have kept going, we would have probably been at that level. We were, we were covered by the New York Times once they did a coming out story, because people were trying to figure out who the hell we were, and we would never give up our identities. We were always as aliases. We get a phone call one day from New York Times, and we're playing in character, and the dude goes, "I know your real name is so-and-so. I know you live in this city, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "All right, dude, you've done your homework. We'll give you the story." And they did a full page New York Times Sunday about, these are the guys behind, which the website was called Christwire. These are the guys behind Christwire. Here's their faces. And it just blew up. We started getting on other news. We had the New Yorker, New York Magazine. We were on Fox News. Everybody was picking us up because we tricked everybody.
Yeah.
We fooled Howard Stern live on air. So we were doing trolling before trolling was big. I don't know if you know Coachella Fest in Southern California.
I've heard of it. I've never.
The biggest festival. We almost got it shut down.
Oh, whoa!
So, yeah, we were saying there was like gangbang gangs there, and drug imports and Mexican cartels infiltrating the California through. Oh, dude, it was great. So yeah, we did a lot of crazy stuff. That if we did it now, we probably would have gotten sued and canceled.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, we did a lot of fun stuff, and then we did a college campus tour where we played in character, and we had kids leaving the room all pissed off, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But we stopped when the death threats started coming in, so that was enough for me.
How did you turn it into like do you say a school kind of like a tour?
Yeah, we did a college tour. Yeah, the professors would invite us in, and they would just say, "Yeah, stay in character and see how long our students can figure this out," because it was like media classes, and we were showing that we could get people to believe shit if you tell them it's true. And we had a lot of people agreeing with us. You had a couple of kids in there that would know who we were because they were, they read. But then you had kids who had no idea who we were. They were either believed what we were saying or they got up and left because they were just so angry at the stuff coming out of our mouth. And when we were telling people smoking pot makes you gay, and like here's the proof, and it was all religious stuff, and people. Oh yeah, we made a lot of enemies, man. A lot of enemies. It was fun. We liked it. We enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Wow. So you were saying that the story for Airith saga came to you, well, in your earliest years, but you've been taking notes for what? Do you say 25 years?
At least 25 years, yeah. At
wow.
least.
So you had this idea simmering for the longest time, and how did you find this artist anyway? Did you go to like Yahoo group? I mean,
no, I went through every like freelance service I could find. I mean, I was interviewing a bunch of people. I was going through tons and tons and tons of artists because I worked with people before that would just kind of take creative control from me, and you've already paid, and they could either leave or you just finish the job. So before I committed to anything, I wanted to make sure that who I started working with was 100% what I wanted. And working with NC, it's not like I hired him anymore. He's part of the project now. He's not an employee. He's not a freelancer. He is part of Airith. He is the other half of Airith.
Mm-hmm.
Because without him, I wouldn't be able to find someone who can get into my mind and understand what the hell I'm saying and put it down on paper. Because what he projects on paper is what is in my mind, which is really trippy.
That's cool. Yeah, my stepdad once gave me a similar compliment where, I did welcome Ananui. Hi. Where, like, he had a small software company startup that he was an investor in, and through him I kind of got the gig of being the resident artist, or one of the underneath the lead artist, reporting to the lead artist, and but in the end I was doing most of the work anyway. So I would, they tell me what they're looking for. I put it down on paper, and my stepdad would tell me, it freaks him out. It like that's literally whatever I imagine is what comes out on paper. So yeah, I can relate to that. What you're experiencing with your artist.
Yeah, and it's just trippy to experience that, to have someone who really understands. I think it comes from his passion for the project, though, too, because you hire people and they just want to get the job done, get the paycheck. He's got a passion for it, and I'm working with Esquivo on our mini series, which goes into like backstories of our main characters, and he's another guy who's just really passionate about the project. He kind of understands the characters. He's Puerto Rican. A lot of the Spanish in the book is kind of Puerto Rican Spanish. So he has a connection with it too. And you can tell when he's working on the panels, it's passion art. It's not, this is a job, I need to get the paycheck done. So it's been crazy running into all these people that have a passion for this weird idea that was in my head.
And so I take it you're fluent in Spanish then?
I am enough fluent in Spanish to understand what the hell my wife and my kids are talking about, how not to get lost in Mexico, and how not to get killed in Mexico. Everyone in my family's fluent. My wife's from Puerto Rico.
Oh.
The schools I went to were 99% Hispanic. Everyone spoke Spanish. I was just more into computer languages when I was growing up, and spoken language just don't stick with me. Some say it's due to the dyslexia. Some say it's due to the high functioning Asperger's. It just doesn't stick in my mind. But I've been surrounded enough with it where I can pull it out of my ass if I need to.
Yeah. So sometimes, do you find yourself sometimes when you're approached by someone with a spoken language, you returning zeros and ones.
Yeah, and that's why my bad guys actually speak binary in the comic book.
That's funny.
Yeah, so someone asked, why because we had our first issue, why are the bad guys, speaking zeros and ones? I said, well, because when I was getting my ass kicked when I was a kid, I had no idea what the hell they were saying, so I thought it'd be funny in the comic book. Our heroes are getting their asses kicked. They're being yelled at in zeros and ones, binary language that no one would understand.
That's funny. And then if you wanted to throw them for a loop, you convert it to hex.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Coming from someone whose career has been in computers. Let's see here. So, Airith, how did you build the story? I mean, did you take a lot of writing classes? Did you do a lot of reading?
No.
Or do you basically throw down an outline, flesh it out with major beats, and then fill in the rest?
Yeah, so I have, like I said, I have a couple master docs. I have my note doc, my outline doc, my idea doc, and then my my panel doc. So I've already written out the whole story. The story has been written out for a very long time before I even started the comic book. Now it's turning what I've written into panels, and then anytime I have a new idea, those get put into the story. So there's really no traditional way of doing it. It's very messy. It's very unorganized. That's why I say again, it's a big blessing that I have an artist who can understand my panel writing, because I write it in I write everything in movie script form. For some reason, that's just how the formula of how scripts are written works for me. So every panel is written like a script. And it's way more information than the artist needs. And I've been told that by Esquivo. I've been told that by our artist. I've been told that by anybody who's looked at the script, that there's no reason for all that. You don't need to be saying how many cracks are in the back wall. No one cares about that number, take all that out.
Unless there's some significance to the...
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is there's a lot of numbers and color palettes and things that actually mean something, because every character in the book is based off of someone in my life, for real. So when I'm writing, it's easy to pull from their personality. I've even pulled my friends who the characters are about and have them write their own lines, so it's even more, legit and compared to real life. Everything's obviously turned very fictional and fantasized and over exaggerated to just give it that drama feel. But everyone in the book has a personal connection with me in my real life, so it's really cool. It's interesting.
Nice. Draw from what you know.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard. If you're not a writer, just draw from what you've experienced and just write it down.
For sure. So this is your second campaign, it looks like. What was your first one? Oh, it was book one, wasn't it?
Book one.
Tape one.
Yeah. So that was an interesting story. I spent a couple months building Facebook pixels, building audiences, had a pretty good marketing campaign planned. The first day of launch, I get a notification from Facebook that my Instagram and Facebook advertising account has been closed for influencing the 2020 elections.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, huh? What?
Yeah. So my whole marketing plan was ads and then retargeting, because that's my background is marketing and product development. Facebook, the day of launch, I got a notification. I posted on Twitter going, "This is BS." So I scrambled. I said, all right, I'll just hit up friends. Maybe they'll look at this as an investment. I'll hit up on Twitter. I was like, oh, yeah, I can advertise on Twitter. Started advertising on Twitter. My Twitter account, ad account, was banned for violence and nudity.
What?
Yeah, because they said the Airith images were sexual, very sexualized and stuff like that. So,
geez.
yeah. So I was like, all right, boy, what are we going to do here? And I didn't know the indie comic world had this, circuit of shows on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So I had no clue about that. I totally went into this blind. And I said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to self-fund this just to prove that I'm not in it for a cash grab. So we printed it. We did the full tape 2, the box, all the cool things that come in with it. And we put it up on our own website. Well, tape 1 sold out. So it was a validation that we were doing something right. And we also sent one to Eric July, and he shared it on his show. And he was saying how cool it was. So it was giving me some validation. Sent one to Bancroft, and he said it was awesome. More validation. I said, you know what? Tape 2, we're going to go all out. Screw the marketing plan. We're going to do the circuit. We're going to get social with people who are within the community, indie community, and it's been working out great for us this time around.
Nice. So, did you sell tape 1 on your website after or before this Indiegogo campaign?
It was after. We kind of just closed it out at 30 days, and I said, you know what, is what it is. Let's just let's do what I know best, which is advertising. Let's get the book advertised and then retarget people. And it picked up, and then being on a couple of shows, no one knew about Airith. They're like, holy crap, why didn't we know about this thing?
Yeah.
And I was getting invited on shows, especially after the Eric July mention. And we've literally ran out of books of tape 1. So we've reprinted tape 1 as an add-on package for tape 2 for people who haven't caught up with it. But once with this last, I think we're only printing 500 of tape 1. Once that's gone, we're not printing anymore because we really want it to be. Hopefully, if we get to the end of this book, if the backers allow it, we want that tape 1 to be really worth something.
Right. You're trying to maintain a level of scarcity.
Right.
Is the catch-up on this campaign book, tape 2, does it include first printing of tape 1 or second printing of tape 1?
It's some of its tape first print. We put aside, I think, 100, and then we're going to print out whatever we need from backers, and then we'll probably put so obviously backers are going to get first print first. I don't think we're going to sell 100 first prints on this, but what we do bring back on the website will be second print.
All right, let's play this trailer here.
All right.
I didn't ask for this. I never asked to be a killer. That is what she wanted. And she created such a monster that over time, I learned to enjoy it. I learned to revel in the hunt. I yearned for it. The look in their eyes, the smell of the soul leaving the flesh, the taste of the fear in their blood. I will never understand myself. At least he wanted to understand me. He knew how to make a cyberorganic girl tingle in places that can happen with a single cocky wink of the eye. Hell, he didn't even mind all the hairspray. What a winner. But he did give me love, and his love gave me light. His love gave me a reason. I once heard that love is selflessly giving your breath away to allow someone else to breathe. And I did that. He did that. But it was so mierda. And now, he must die, pinche gringo pendejo! You pissed off the wrong mujer, motherfuckers! I am asked the same question all the fucking time. What is it that I want? And the truth? The truth is all I wanted was what all girls that have a thirst for blood want. A goddamn Delia's catalog and some fucking tacos. And when I get a hold of you, te voy a meter el culo por la boca tan duro que vas a probar el desayuno de ayer por una semana, coño. Not even 10 sana con the I could see from my wrath.
Little intense.
Whoa. So is there's going to be Spanish in it.
Yeah.
Is there going to be somewhere in there, like maybe across the bottom of the panel, the translated version in English, or how are you handling that?
No, because we want the reader to feel the same way the other characters do who don't know Spanish.
Oh, okay.
If you want it, you're going to have to go and translate it through Google. Our whole thing is when we're writing this book, we don't want it to just be a comic book. We want it to be a full immersion of the universe that we've created. So if you don't know Spanish, you're going to feel like the characters in here that don't know Spanish. And so and it's stuff you can just easily Google. And what makes it even funny, if you're not fluent in Spanish, the translations in English make it even funnier because just the way it translates is off on a lot of things. It's because there's no word for it in English. So the words that do come through are pretty interesting. We were asked by Esquivo, because he speaks Spanish, and he's like, hey, you should put that in there. And I'm like, man, it takes away from the effect of what we're trying to build here. Because we really want, if you come in and you're confused with the words, then that's how we want you to feel. There's a purpose to that, because that's how I feel as the writer. When people would yell at me in Spanish, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I'd feel, what? Huh? I don't even know what's going on here. So it's another way to connect the reader who doesn't know Spanish to our story, to me, because that's how I felt. So you're actually feeling what I feel when I was in those situations. I don't know what the hell people are talking about half the time. Now I can read the book and I know what it's saying, but you talked to me when I was 16, 17, I was I don't know what the hell anybody was saying.
Welcome, Keely Chow. Hey, everybody. What's going on? We're talking about Airith, Tape 2 on Indiegogo. Hashtag FNT Raid. Is that Friday Night Tights? Is that tonight? It's probably every night, actually. Welcome. Well, that's interesting. An interesting way to handle it. Yeah. So it's a 48-page, perfect bound, high-quality print comic with an embossed and gold foil logo cover. Comes in a box that's shaped like a cassette. Oh, all right. The box itself is the cassette tape. To protect your purchase, in this episode, Airith continues her sole mission to kill Mother and end her murderous reign with a few new, interesting friends. Partnering with the main comic is a 12-page miniseries that dives into the background of Todd Boy and Mox, two colorful and wild boys. So the cassette tape design box do you slap the shipping label on it, or do you put the cassette tape box in a box?
So we put the cassette tape in a very high quality poly bag. So it can be eating, so there's no scratches on the box, and it kind of gives it some padding too. And then we slap the label on top of that poly bag.
Oh, okay. That's a neat quote. It doesn't suck from Michael Bancroft. You got a soundbite from Michael Bancroft. Dang. Did you guys happen to? Did you guys do your launch on his show?
No, we did our launch on Shay's, and then we went on Bancroft later that night. But I'm stupid, so that I was making edits, my final edits, and I thought I didn't remember how the Indiegogo worked the first time. I've always done Kickstarter stuff with tech startup companies, so I know you press launch, and then it kind of puts in a queue, and when you're ready to make it live, you can do live. So I thought the same thing on Indiegogo. I was like, all right, launch. And oh crap, that meant it's live. So I did that at 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, okay, no one knows. That's all right. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's already getting funding. It was like at $1,500. I was like, are you serious? So I got on Shay's, and she kind of let me know how launching shows work. I actually chalked it up to be being new, but it was awesome. We went on Shays. I think we picked up another like $800, $900, and then we're on Bancrofts. You know, we got the Bancroft bump, and we just been slowly, you know, building, you know, getting 2 or 3 new backers every day as we get out with Ethan. We got Ethan to do a review on our campaign 2 nights ago, which was really awesome.
What? Really?
Yeah, I did a super chat. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a shot in the dark here. Hey, Ethan, can you check out my trailer? Give me an honest opinion. And I love criticism, even if it's as long as someone gives a solution to their criticism or suggestion. If they're not, they're just being mean. But everything that he said, which was only like 3 or 4 things, and they weren't that bad. I think he was really, because he didn't know who I was. He didn't kind of know where I was coming from with the comic, which is totally understandable. I'm a nobody. He is the guy of indie comics. So I took his criticism, applied it to where I could. I couldn't change the cover. His only thing is he thought that the guy and the girl should have been like equally in like power poses, you know, kind of showing their strength equally.
Okay. All right.
But again, he doesn't know the story, so he even told me, he DM'd me that these kind of things were based off of what he knows about, which is nothing about me. So, you know, we took his criticism and I thanked him. I wrote him a DM. I said, hey, thanks. I applied what I could. And tape 3, I changed our kind of our layout of what we were going to do based off of that. And then we got a couple of suggestions from people, and we just keep applying those to this campaign. So when we do tape 3, just out the gate, it's ready to go. It's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I've noticed that more and more campaigns they're doing the Red Valkyrie launch and then following it up with Bancroft. It's like
Seems to be the formula.
Yeah, they're both good channels though. They're good people. Matanui's asking FNT. I think that's Friday Night Tights, if I'm not mistaken. Which if I remember, is kind of like a Phantom Menace thing. Daniel, welcome. Hail. So this is your main cover, right?
Yeah, that's the main cover. We did do a variant on a chrome paper and then a variant on a metal. So we have a metal back front cover, back cover, and then a variant chrome front and back cover that you can buy.
Metal is in literally made of metal?
Yeah, like aluminum. Yeah.
Wait, what? How do you?
Yeah, we have a metal cover variant.
How does it stay on? Do you use like a super glue or something?
Yeah, it's hand. Every metal copy is hand created to
really
seams. Yeah, it's a process. Yeah, that's why they're expensive. Unless you're buying a couple thousand, they're really expensive.
Has that been done on comics before yours?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't want to take a claim of saying no, but I haven't currently seen it.
Because I don't remember metal covers. I heard about someone doing metal covers, and it must be your project, because yours is the first I've ever heard of it. So you're showing some samples, some of the artwork, dialogue. So you've got are both your artists from Argentina?
No, so NC, our main artist, the only guy who we allow touch the main Airith IP, he's from Argentina, and then is Esquivo, he's from Florida, and he does our miniseries. He's doing all the miniseries stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
And what we do is with our tapes. So for tape 1, we did a soundtrack where we went in the studio, did our own songs. They're on Spotify. So with every tape, you get a full blown soundtrack too that we actually produce. It's really cool and interesting. And the tapes, because Airith, a little backstory: when she was younger, she was a teenage pop star. So these tapes that are coming out are the tapes that she quote unquote recorded when she was a teenage pop star. So it just adds more to the story, more tangibility to the story.
Huh. So Okay. So who do you have doing your voice tracks?
So the vocals of the first soundtrack is actually the girl who voiced Airith for our animatic. So we were able to keep that girl on. She also voices when you purchase something from our website. We send out a thank you video from Airith herself, and it's the girl. We also do it with our backers. We send a video, and it's from the creator, one of the guys from the comic who's called the creator. So yeah, we really get into it. The girl who's doing our next soundtrack, she will be voicing a character called Blood Soul, who is the leader of a virgin bounty hunter gang, and it really goes crazy. What's cool is she's Korean. She can sing in Korean. She actually did a heavy metal cover for us of BTS's Mic Drop in Korean.
What?
So the gang is Korean too. So it's really cool that we're going to have someone who can speak Korean, sing in Korean, making the next soundtrack, and it's going to be a heavy metal cover of 5 Fleetwood Mac songs. What? So yeah, like, dude, we're getting crazy, man.
Damn, I love Fleetwood Mac. Shit. So are you like squeezing in here and there some K-pop? Is that
cool? My daughter is literally, she's already told me when she turns 16 I have to take her to Seoul. Like, she is fully blown into K-pop. She tries to learn Korean. She's only 6. She'll be 7 next month. It's all about BTS and everything, all Korean culture.
Wow.
We took her to sushi for the first time last week because she wanted to try it. What's really cool is the sushi restaurant plays K-pop or J-pop as well. So she was in her element too. And it's the first time I went to a sushi restaurant where they actually play Asian pop music, which is really interesting. It was cool. It added to the aesthetic. So it's my daughter is always telling me, because we've done a couple of BTS songs in like heavy metal, and now she wants me to do their whole album. I'm like, they have like 500 songs. I'm not going to do every BTS song heavy metal. But those are also on Spotify if you search us Airith Saga. It's really interesting, some of the tracks we've made.
Wow. Man, that sounds pretty wild. Damn. I actually went to an Asian restaurant like a month ago, and they were playing K-pop music. If you ever want someone to talk K-pop music to, you should reach out to Carla Tornielli of White Cat Comics.
Okay.
She is doing on her YouTube channel, Simply Carla. She's learning K-pop dance routines and doing the choreography.
Oh yeah, that's like my house.
and then she's also doing, since she's like she's a music teacher, and so people will recommend like choreographed routines, music videos, and things for her to watch. So it's like music teacher reacts. Okay. So she does that too. She's a lot of fun. She's real cool. Good people. I have no idea what that is. It's if you're referring to Friday Night Tights, it's a YouTube channel. It's a show, like a segment. If I remember, talking about pop culture, and I think it's with Gary of Nerdrotics, and I want to say it's also got Doomcock. Let's see. Hey, Skylar's a girl. Hi. Wow. You know what? When I started hearing you talk about soundtracks and stuff, for some reason I kind of jumped in the past and thought, wow, you know what? For this kind of soundtrack, it would be cool if Selena were still around.
Yeah.
That would probably be a pretty cool match.
Yeah. That was she was That was the musician in my high schools when I went to school. And then when she was shot, it was it was like people were in mourning for 2 weeks, and I was the only guy like, what's going on? I didn't even know what happened. I mean, there's no social media back then. I didn't really watch TV, but yeah, I was too busy outside. But we came to school and like everyone was wearing their Salinas shirt and crying. I was like, what the hell happened? And someone told me, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, it was like 2 weeks of people sad.
Yeah, I can imagine. So if I'm reading this right, the story and the concept art storyboard are totally done.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it does say done too. 40% of the inking is done, 35% of the coloring is done. Nice. So Eric July says the artwork is solid, the quality is solid. This ain't like some bullshit printer thing like that. This is fucking solid. Looks like a professional fucking did it. It looks like a professional fucking did it. They're taking this project very seriously. All right. And then you break out the tiers here in larger images. Basic 25. So you want to explain what you... Oh, all right. It's all here too. Your book is perfect bound, standard embossed logo print, signed. Collector's box, which is the giant cassette tape.
Yep.
That's a neat idea. The Virginity Hyper Surge Neon Falcon.
Yeah.
HSNF. That's funny. High energy, low noise recording cassette, 90-minute tape. Oh my gosh, that's accurate. Oh, and it says Airith down below. Cool. Soundtrack card. What does it mean by soundtrack card? Meaning it's made
So there's a card in there that you can scan, and it'll take you to the Spotify soundtrack.
Oh, okay. So it's all digital. It's on the cloud.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. 1 1/4 inch collector's pin. Double rainbow death punch sticker. Now, is Double Rainbow Death Punch like your company name, or is it what? Hello?
Yeah, I think it's a Chrome issue. This is the first time this has happened. It's just the tab errors out. I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure myself. I hadn't seen that happen before. So it's got a 1 1/4 inch collector's pin, double rainbow death punch sticker. So what is double rainbow death punch? Is that
so Double Rainbow Death Punch we learned about in tape 2, and it's basically Rafa, Airith, and Isabel Ray's gang that they come up with on the spot when they encounter a group of people who want to fight. We'll leave it at that. So they say they have a gang. They're asked, "What's your gang name?" And they're like, one says double, one says rainbow, one says death, and the other one says punch. And they say, "Yeah, we're Double Rainbow Death Punch." So we created this sticker because you can emote that in chat, and we do that. We emote, Double Rainbow Death Punch in chat because the icons are there. We sell the shirt. We kind of want to we say we don't want a following, we want a gang. So we have patches. People we want when Comic-Con start coming, picking up again. We want to roll into Comic-Con with Double Rainbow Death Punch jackets and stuff. So it looks like we're a gang, and it's just having fun with the whole story. And again, it allows you to have something tangible. They're in that gang. Now you're in that gang. So it creates more.
Nice. And then we've got High Standards $50 tier. 48-page book, the collector's box with the soundtrack card, pin, Death Punch sticker. Now this one adds Airith's Polaroid. Do you literally do you simulate the Polaroid texture and stuff?
Yeah, it feels like an actual Polaroid.
Oh, wow. All right. 8-bit game cartridge. I think I. Oh yeah, all right. There's where it says not a real game.
Yeah, we had a. My wife goes, "You need to tell people it's not a real game, or just in case." I said, "All right, we'll make sure that they know it's not a real game."
Yeah, she is wise.
Right. Yeah, but it's an old school cartridge, and it's got the label on it. And it comes in the old dust case too, so it's.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Because I had half when I first saw this, I had half of mine to go pick up a Nintendo system so that I could play that. Farah dance card.
Yeah, so it's the old lenticular cards back in the day where you'd move them, and depending on where you moved it, the image would change. So we did one with Farah, who was introduced in this tape, and she does a dance if you move her side to side.
Rafa air freshener, giving you the middle finger.
Yep.
The collector's edition for $70. So you get the stuff from the previous tier. This one adds a sizzle stick sword 3D print. Is it called a sizzle? Wait, that's not intended to use to stir your coffee, is it?
No. So, and I actually, good thing you pointed that out. I see that I spelled it wrong. It's actually supposed to be swizzle stick. That's the name of her sword, swizzle stick.
All right.
And it's the big sword from the first page. It's the one she's holding in the metal print right there. Swizzle stick is a word that my friend refers his penis to. So when we were thinking of a name for the sword, I was like, it's going to be death, death killer or soul destroyer, the standard name you would name a sword, right? And I was like, wait a minute, I got an idea. We're going to call it swizzle stick because no one knows what the hell a swizzle stick is. And people are going to ask what the hell a swizzle stick is. And we're going to add the joke in the book of how it got named swizzle stick. So people will be like, well, why couldn't you name it like, Stormcatcher, so something really cool and awesome. No, swizzle stick. We're gonna call it swizzle stick.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, you know how you've got rock candy and you can buy it on a little wooden stick.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I think those are also known as swizzle sticks.
Really? Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, it kind of blew my mind. Because I always refer to it as just rock candy.
Yeah, I always thought it was just rock candy on a stick.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sky Lizard Girl says, that's amazing stuff.
Awesome, thank you.
And then we've got, so that should say Swizzle 3D.
Yeah.
So it's all one color, right? It's all like a purple.
Yeah, we just wanted to let people, paint it if they wanted to.
Okay.
We were debating it, whether or not to get them hand painted, and then growing up doing Dungeons and Dragons, we were talking to a couple of people. They said a lot of people who buy 3D prints, they want them blank because they like to paint. So I said, you know what? If that's what they want, they're going to save themselves $25 because that's what my guy would charge me to paint each one. So we're just pulling them out of a 3D printer and leaving them as is.
Ah, gotcha. Is it set up so that it's got a base to where it can stand up on its own?
Yeah, it's like launched in a rock, kind of like King Arthur style.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. I just wasn't sure if it was like a flat 3D printed item or if the big.
Oh no, it's a full 5.5 inch stand up with full detail on both sides, slapped into a rock.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. Is the sword removable from the base?
No, we were going to do that, and then my wife said, "What's going to happen when someone stabs someone with your 3D print?" I said, "That's a good question."
You cheer, of course.
Yeah.
I do not condone such actions.
Yeah.
And then there's a chibi sticker set. Oh.
And also, and then the metal print as well, a metal poster. It's an 8 by 12 metal poster.
Oh, wow. Now, when it comes to metal posters, is that where, how big? 8 by 12?
Yeah.
When it comes to metal posters, is that where you can affix on your wall the adhesive magnet strips? And then slap it
So
on.
on ours, it's a metal print, 8.5 by 12, and we actually have ours made with a mounting component on the back already. So it's very easy to do. It's taped on the back. You untape it. The hole's already lined up. You just you just screw in this mount that comes with it, and then you hang the painting or the metal print right on it. It's super simple. It takes like 20 seconds to have your metal print hung up on your wall.
Huh. Okay. And then the next one is a heavy metal collector's edition for 100. You get everything above. And that's not a real game. 8x12 Esquivo Santos Chibi sticker set, metal printed cover. Oh wait. Oh, what makes this different is now you get a metal printed cover.
Yeah, the variant. Yeah.
So that's where the cover is literally metal.
Metal. Yeah.
So it's definitely it's soft enough to be flexible, so you can turn it. You can, kind of. I'm assuming, but not so flimsy that it's like aluminum foil where it'll crumple.
Yeah, it won't bend unless you want to bend and break it, but it's also not really heavy at all whatsoever. It's really cool.
Wow. And more. Wait.
Yeah, we're slowly unlocking more and more tiers. As
There's going to be more tiers, I see.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that meant you were adding more to the collector's edition.
Oh, no, yeah, we're adding more tiers.
As we get further along with our second campaign, more mystery tiers will unlock. Add CashApp. The untold story of a teenage love slave.
Yeah, that's our tape 1.
Oh, all right. We offer an add CashApp option at CashApp at the checkout that allows you to purchase our limited inventory of tape 1 at a discounted price. The tape 1 collector's box and issue will not be reprinted again. Will only be available on Comixology once sold out. Oh, so it'll be digital form, right?
Yeah, we have a digital copy on Comixology currently, and it's selling pretty good, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
How much do comics on Comixology?
So we're selling this one just for $1.99, just to get it out. The second one we'll probably do for $2.99, just because it's a beefier page count.
Cool. Throw in unlocks. Yeah, throw in unlocks. Our awesome prizes everybody in the club gets if we hit certain funding milestones. At 8,000, Airith 5-inch acrylic standee designed by Aki T.
Yeah, he's a Japanese artist.
Rad as mofongo.
Yeah, so mofongo is a Puerto Rican dish.
Oh,
so Rad as mofongo is like her catchphrase from some of her movies when she was younger, so we put it on a shirt.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I have one acrylic standee so far. It's pretty cool.
We like them. They came out cooler than and Bancroft was like, dude, you need to just show it more on camera because it looks cooler on live camera than the picture.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, when it's in the bag when it's first shipped to you, it looks one way, but then when you assemble it and remove the protective plastic, then it really looks pretty. I got one from Kim Lee for Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Right. 10,000 Double Rainbow Death Punch 6-inch gang patch. Are these the patches that have the glue on the backside so that you can iron on?
So we don't know if we're going to do iron on or sew on. It just all depends on how many we have to get.
Yeah, my preference is iron on, so you could do either or. If you want to use the glue, you can iron it on. If you don't want to use the glue,
so
you can glue it on. But if you want to reinforce it, do both.
Right.
if you definitely never want to lose it.
No.
15K, now added to our 8K goal as a thank you. The Adventures of Todd Boy and Mox 12-page miniseries artwork by Gabriel Escobar Santos and ink by Tiago Gomes de Costa. An Airith miniseries, The Adventures of Todd Boy and Mox. Is that intended to kind of take you back to the Masters of the Universe?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. Okay.
So here's some pencil work that we just finished this week for that mini series.
That's good. Holy moly. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, we really wanted to do something cool for, we got 12 pages to make something awesome. So we wanted to go with the very 90s comic book feel, but like that 70s, 80s sci-fi aesthetic.
That looks good. The comic will look into the backstory of 5 major characters in the Airith Ratterverse.
Yeah, Ratterverse. That's our universe. We call it because it's radder than everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is Radder is actually the name of the video game and tabletop we're working on for Airith as well, and it stands for Really Awesome Death Races. So
you're working on a tabletop game too?
Yeah, we're working on a lot of things.
Yeah, there are several campaigns. RPG tabletop games are getting quite popular in the Comicsgate, and there are probably 4 or 5, maybe up to 6 or 8 campaigns now that are really looking at that seriously and putting it all together. Luke Stone Studios has an RPG for his campaign.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. Hybrids. Let's see here. 20,000, 11 by 17 inch live action poster? You mean like with the cosplayer?
Yeah, we're gonna get a full-blown stage made and spend a couple grand doing a poster if we get to the 20,000, like pulling in professional models, professional makeup and lighting. Yeah, like if it was a real movie poster, we want to do live action. We thought if we could get to 20,000, we would just spend all the money that was extra on a really awesome movie poster. That
would be awesome. Oh man, I would love that. Upgrade your order with these rad products. Just added chibi sticker set. 6x4 chibi sticker set is now available as an add-on by popular demand. Who did the chibi artwork?
So the chibis were done by a friend of ours in Brazil named Nicole, and she's just an awesome chibi artist. She has a cool YouTube channel. She's a VTuber that does art. She's really awesome.
Really? Nice. Yeah, we got some chibi artists in Comicsgate too. Let's see. Chibi shirts. Snag yourself one of these super cute chibi shirts starting at only $28. These chibis were designed by the awesome and super cool. Oh, all right. R.I.P. Nicole. Make sure to check out her Twitch. Cool. That's nice to have her contact info. IGG exclusive. The t-shirts. Oh, all right. Oh, is it saying that the bottom 2 shirts are the exclusive?
Yeah, so we won't put those on our website. The chibis we'll have on our website, but not those ones. Those are only going to be exclusive on Indiegogo.
All right.
And those are Aerith transforming into her super, I guess, Seon, and then Rafa turning into his.
I think I was looking through the campaigns, and I think I sent you a question your way. I don't remember if you responded back, but I'll probably have to look at it again. But I swear that when I was trying to look into getting one of each of the shirts, it had the same preview and description.
Oh crap! Really?
Of the same shirt.
That's not good.
I better look at it again because it was just confusing me. I wasn't sure if I was truly ordering that as a second shirt because it seemed like it was straightforward to get the first shirt of Airith.
Okay.
But the second shirt, I think it had the same preview image and
Oh, that's not good.
yeah.
Yeah, if you could, yeah, dude, Indiegogo, they're really limited on what you're allowed to.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, let's see, Air Transport Tape 2. Hold on.
31 and a quarter by 24 body.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what happened here. There's a tape 2 that uses the same image. Okay, I can fix that one. Yeah, I see what the issue is. Yeah, it was supposed to be the tape 2 cover, and it's not for some reason. I will fix that.
WyzGyz only exclusive metal printed cover by the one and only Gabriel Santos. Comes with the heavy metal collector's edition already. Yeah, there's that giant sword. It's kind of throws me back to Final Fantasy. Hollow pixel variant. WyzGyz exclusive hollow pixel chrome print cover by our homegirl, Meliora Henning. Hollow pixel. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, what a that's different. Huh. So the entire cover is hollow pixel?
Yeah, so it's on that chrome that has the kind of hollow pixel look to it.
So it's like you're in the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's see. Is that available as an add-on?
Yeah, that's an add-on, yeah.
Okay. Man, I don't remember the hollow pixel. Wait, has that always been on there?
Yeah, it's always been on there, yeah.
Oh man, either I'm blind or I just forgot. A big thank you. First 75 backers will receive one of the following 3D printed figures, each one valued from 15 to 55. Man, I think I missed out on this. Crap. First 75 backers. And then it goes over to the team. Cool. Yeah, 75 backers. You probably blown way through there.
No, I think we're only at 79.
Oh. All right. So the first.
Yeah, and your contribution number might be different than the actual one because people do refunds. So we have like 85 backers, but I think we've got 6 refunds because people canceled their first order and then upped. So the number is off. So you might be within that 75.
So what happens if someone who canceled, let's say someone was already within the 75, they cancel, they back a higher tier. Does that mean they lose their ability to be among the first 75?
No, because we'll cross-reference any of the first 75. If there's any cancellations within that, we'll cross-reference it to anybody who bought over again to see if they upgraded their order. So if they were number 75, they canceled, and then they became number 78. So let's say 78. We'll be able to cross-reference that to put them back to 75.
No, okay, all right, gotcha. All right, that's cool. And where was? Oh, did I not finish my contribution? Oh crap! I might have screwed up and not completed my transaction.
You're fine. And just tell me if whatever your contribution number is, man. I'll make sure you get the 3D print in there somewhere.
Oh man.
Yeah, just make sure to message me so I can note it on your order to add that 3D print for you.
Yeah. Let me see. So we got that. Let's catch the. We are. Oh man, we exceeded the hour already.
Oh, you're fine. My wife hasn't told me that I gotta get off yet, so we're good.
Skylar's a girl. It's saying, I'm looking at all that. That's a lot of goodies. I know.
Thank you.
I mean, and this is only your second campaign, and you're like going balls to the wall.
Yeah, and we're trying to outdo the next one already. We got some cover ideas that I think people are gonna flip when they see what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the member berries, that's how I put it. It looks like you're on the right track because you're delivering the right stuff.
Yeah, and that's what, not being the artist, I really wanted to feel that I'm applying something to the campaign besides just writing the story and being a product development guy. That's where I spend a lot of my adult life, my career life, I guess you would say. I wanted to go at this going, hey, I don't want to come at this as a comic book. I want to come at this as a branded product. So how can we make it a branded product? And the first thing was the cassette tape, and then make sure there's always stickers and custom tissue paper. And when you open it up, it's just this really cool experience. And I think that also, I'm all about reader loyalty, and they can see that. People usually know how much us guys doing campaigns are making profit wise. So I want people to see this and go, okay, this guy's probably not making much money off of these because I'm just enjoying doing this creative stuff. I've never really had a creative outlet, and so this is my playground that I kind of get to go wild. And I always figured, hey, if it pays for itself, I got a lot of friends that have very expensive hobbies that they don't pay back. So if I can do this creative project and it pays for itself, and I can keep making it bigger and better, and people like it and want to read it, then I'm all about it. It's not. This is definitely, and it's the dumbest thing because people go, it's always about making money. Yes, it is about making money. I would love to make money off of this, but if I don't, but if it makes enough for me to keep doing it, then I'm cool with that too. But having a couple extra dollars here and there doesn't hurt as well.
Yeah. Do you watch movies much?
I used to, but now it's either Disney Plus or it's Bachelorette or some Spanish TV show my wife's watching that I have no idea what's going on. They're just always yelling. So I don't really watch it. I do, but it's not what I want to watch.
If you ever get a chance, consider watching the movie. I think it's called My Bodyguard's Girlfriend or something.
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds, Samuel Jackson.
I think I know what movie you're talking about. Yeah.
Salma Hayek.
Okay, yes. I know exactly the movie you're talking about.
Mainly because, I thought it was pretty hilarious. It was entertaining, I felt. Sure, it's full of a lot of action and profanity, but I think you might get a kick out of it. And, pay attention to the Salma Hayek's character.
Okay.
Her attitude and stuff makes me think, she might get along with Airith.
Well, they're all, the Latinas are fiery, man. That's they all share that in common.
Yeah. Very cool. So you're on tape 2. How many tapes do you envision this being, or is it like never ongoing saga?
So 52 tapes for Airith is what's been written out. There's a reason number 52 has a very significant number to me and into the book itself. And with each tape, we will launch a mini-series. Depending on how well those mini-series are taken, we'll do main stories, 48-page comics on those side stories. We have a huge universe, a massive universe that we can explore that can go down a beaten path off of the main story, and if it's still intertwined and not confuse anything. So we got some crazy characters that we'll be introducing pretty soon.
Do you envision one day, after you complete the 52, upgrading to like audio CD1, audio CD?
We're actually doing the mini series. They're going to be mini discs. So,
man. All right, man after my own heart. Very, very cool. Everybody, back this book. Airith Tape 2. Looks like a really cool project. I'm certainly backing it if I haven't already. If I already have, I might back it again. Yeah, even if you have backed it, consider backing it again. You know, you might have some family and friends who'd be interested
right.
in this awesome project. You know, back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady.
There you go.
If you can't at this time, maybe you're waiting for your next paycheck, maybe you're waiting for a bonus or something, consider sharing it all over your social media. Every share, every like helps. Share the stream, share the campaign. Definitely all appreciated.
Yeah, it is. People don't realize what a retweet can do or share on their social media can do. And again, man, if once you find your contribution, I would message me so I can make sure that you get a 3D print in your box.
Will do.
Awesome.
And I'm going to give you the floor here. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Yep. So everything, Twitter, Instagram, you can find us at Airith Saga. We have a website, airith.com. We're launched our YouTube channel. It's stuff we produce for Airith. And then I can't compete with all you interview guys. So what I'm doing is I'm doing kind of silly 80s marketing techniques that other creators can use to help with their campaigns and marketing backgrounds for their brands and products.
Oh, so they're like training videos? How to?
Yeah, funny, just ridiculous, funny training videos. Yeah, they're meant to be humorous. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the human resources videos?
No, it's more like we teach you how to test a product for $10. Just stuff that I know from marketing, the tricks and things that people try to sell courses on. I do it in a more humorous manner.
Nice. Oh, that sounds cool. Nice. As usual, you know, you can find my social media in my stream descriptions. Just check it out. That'll show you how to reach me. I want to take a moment to thank everyone in chat. You guys are freaking awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Yeah, like I said, you never know that not everyone has the same chat people in their channels. So yeah, thanks for everyone who shows up or watches this on the replay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks everyone who watches this on replay. And thanks especially to our very special guest, the creator, Airith Saga. So I wish you all a good night. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. Remember those who have fallen for the country, for our country. Thank you, Sky Lizard Girl. And, you know, spend time with your families. You all have a great day and great night, rather. And I'll see you on the next stream. Bye.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube sensation. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.